Hi, I'm Mark at the Caravan place, and today I'm going to show you how to use and set up the Lunar Clubman Si. So we've got the Lunar Clubman Si. Now on the near side we've got an external barbecue point. We've got an external locker, so wet locker and a 230 volt plug there, so you can run power out into the awning. And then just underneath the bed we've got a wet lock, or a locker that goes underneath of the bed for storage. Not particularly a wet locker, that one, just extra storage straight underneath the bed. In the front locker we've got a massive front locker. Now you'll notice at the sides there's two areas, we must keep those closed otherwise, or clear, otherwise this front locker won't close. Room for 2 gas bottles. Now we've got this set up on propane, it's on the hand wheel, so literally just reverse thread, tighten it up by hand, no spanner required, and then just turn your gas bottle on. We've got 13 pin electrics and we've got the Alco ATC. Moving on to the far side, at the front we've got the vent for the Aldi water heater, so you don't need to do anything with that. That's just literally for the gas flow when you're using the Aldi heating system and water heating system. Next we've got the water in, so our water pump just literally plugs straight in. You'll see as we press the little button at the top, the bottom piece just moves, so that will lock that pump into position. We've got our battery and 230 volt connections just there, and then just behind the wheels we've got our wastewater outlet, so all of our wastewater from our shower and sinks will come out of there. And then we've got the cassette toilet, so our flush water and pink chemical goes in the top, and then our actual cassette is just there at the bottom. We've put the power on and put our awning light on. Now to put our awning light on, we basically press our main power button, and then the top right is our awning light. Now if you've got no power coming through to this control panel, just underneath of our seats here is our main fuses, trip switches and controls. So our very first one is our system shutdown, so that has to be in the on position to put power into the Caravan. Our charger, if we've not got a battery on, or whether we want to charge the battery on, so 99% of the time we'll leave that on. These two have to be on to put power through to our heating and hot water system, but before we put those on we're going to do a few other things. We've then got all of our trip switches, or our fuses even, sorry, and just below there we've got a little leaf that tells us all what the fuses are for, and then we've got our trip switches just on the other side there, so that's our main 230 volt trip switches. Now while I'm underneath this seat, I'd normally just run through the panel first, but if you can see that yellow switch just there, that is what drains our water system down. So in the winter, if you want to drain the system down, we pop that into the upright position, open all of our taps, and that will drain the water system completely down for you. Now when we come in, we need to make sure all of our taps are down and our drain switch is down also. Now if we put our water pump on before that drain switch and taps are closed, all of our water is just going to empty back out onto the floor, so make sure that you've done that first. Back to our control panel, so we've got our internal lights, we've got our view levels, so this will toggle through and tell us what levels and battery condition etc is like, and then we've got our water pump. Now again, as I say, before we put the water pump on, we just need to make sure that all of our taps are closed and that our water pump's on the outside plugged in properly and our drain switch is down. We can then pop our water pump on and that will then start pumping the water through for us, and then as we open our taps we'll get our water coming through. Now it may be that if we've drained the water system down, it's going to take a good 5 minutes just to get all the air out of the system, fill that hot water system up with water, and get it pulled through basically. So it's going to take a good 5 minutes of coughing and spluttering, which is completely normal, and then once we've got a nice steady flow of water as we have now, then we know that our water system is full and then we can go ahead and put our heating and water heating on then. We want to do that, make sure that we've got all the water through before we put the heating and hot water on, just to make sure we don't cause any damage. On the gas side of things, again, we want to get the gas through the system, and the easiest and quickest way to get the gas through the system is with our hob. So if we use our gas hob rings and just literally just get the gas through, there's going to be air in the system if we've not had a gas bottle on there, so we're going to have to just get all of that air out and get the gas actually through the system. And the easiest way, as I say, is on our hob. We can physically see that we've got the water, we can physically see that we've got the gas coming through with our hob rings, so we're in no doubt that we've run out of gas or it's not coming through. So that's probably one of the best ways just to check that the gas is coming through the system properly. We have also got an electric ring on this, so our back one is just controlled via first control knob, and you'll see a little red indicator comes on. Now these do get very hot, so normally I'm just literally testing this just to, so for my own peace of mind, that I know that it's all working before the Caravan goes out, and that does heat up very quickly. So normal circumstances, don't put your hands on there. Just make sure that we don't put the glass down until these have all cooled down. And again, sometimes the other appliances on the oven side won't actually work once we've put that glass lid down. So if you're using the oven or the hob, I'd suggest just leaving that top open. We've then got our grill, so that lights up nice and easily, and again then our oven at the bottom. One thing just to always make sure is that these oven shelves should be that way round, so always just make sure that they're back in here and the correct way round. We can then open our oven up, and then that's all lit up nicely. And again, we've got the thermostat on the top there, so our different levels for that one. We'll light up our fridge. So again, now once we've got the gas through the system, our fridge, our heating, it will all light up a lot quicker and easier on the gas. So it's gone straight to gas. We literally put our on and off button on, that'll go over to gas first, and then you'll hear a ticking, and then you should hear the faint burning sound, which is again completely normal. If it doesn't light up because you've not got the gas through the system as we've showed you, just do it a couple of times, turn it off and back on again. If it doesn't light up, you'll just get a little warning here. If you want to adjust the temperature of the fridge, it's just this one here, and that works the same on electric. On the battery, that is just when we're towing, so if you've got all 13 pins wired on your vehicle, that will work when you're towing along, and again your thermostat will work on all three settings. Turn your fridge back off, just literally straight back off there. Now with our heating, we've got the Aldi heating system, so to wake the system up we just press our on and off button and that'll come through then on the screen. Now there's a couple of buttons underneath of our first seat that I showed you that we need to put on first before this will work. So just back underneath of this seat, we want to make sure now that we've got all the water through, we can put these on, so our space heater and water heater, and that will now put the power through to our heating and hot water system. Now to actually use our heating and hot water system, our top one is our internal temperature, so we set that to what temperature we want the Caravan to warm up to. We've then got our hot water, so if we want our normal hot water on, it's just that setting there. We can put a boost on. Now this will put all the power through to our hot water, so if we just got into the Caravan and we wanted to shower, so we wanted the water to warm up quicker, we can run this on boost, but by putting this on boost it won't let the water heater or the heating system work for about 30 minutes. So normal settings, if you just want heating and hot water, it's as they are now, and as I say, just set your temperature to where you want it to. We've then got either electric or gas, so if we want electric, it's literally just set what power setting that we want, either 1, 2 or 3 kilowatts, and that will now start to heat up the hot water and our heating system. Now if we wanted to use it on gas, if we haven't got 230 volts, we can then just light it on the gas. Again, as long as we've got all the gas through the system and a gas bottle on there, that will then just light up and run. You can run gas and electric together if you wanted the heating system to work quicker and get hotter and hot water quicker. You can run them together, but again it's advisable really just run one at a time, otherwise you're just wasting gas and electric. I suppose in heights of winter you might want to run both at the same time, but very rarely really. I'd have thought that you're going to want to do both at the same time. We've got all the different lighting around this Lunar that makes it look really cool. We've got our on and off switches for different lighting here. Our spotlights have got their own little individual on and off switches also, so these have all got their own little switches. We've then got a couple of switches just at the side that will put all of our kitchen under lights and over lights on. We've also got another light switch just on the side here that puts our little under lights on. And then on the bedroom side we've got another little switch that just puts our top lighting on above, and then our little spotlights again have got their own individual little switches on there. And then just above our mirror we've got another one that puts both of those on, and then our bathroom light is just literally the little pull cord. We've then got our cassette toilet. So for our flush water it's the blue button on the top, so that just puts the pump on. And then normally if that was full we'd get the water coming through, and then to open it all up and let everything through is our grey handle. Push it towards the back, that will open up the little trapdoor, and then push it back or pull it back to the front and that will close the trapdoor off then. One thing just to remember is that always close that back off once you've finished using it. So make sure that that grey handle is right fully forwards, otherwise you're not going to get the cassette toilet out from the outside, and you could cause damage if that little trapdoor is left open. Hopefully, oh I never put this last little light on, did I? So just show you that all working as well. We've got a little light in the roof as well, which just got the little sensors on. They're a little bit difficult at first to just sort of get used to, but that's all working as well. So hopefully we've showed you all the operations and how to get started in the Lunar Clubman. If there is anything that you're not too sure about, just let me know, and again we can just go over it with you. Thanks, I'm Mark at the Caravan place.